Students will be back at school this morning after their Albuquerque Elementary School suffers heavy damage in a fire.
Yeah, workers spent the weekend making sure the school was ready for the kids after that fire on Saturday. It was at Chaparral Elementary School, the northwest part of town. That's where Samantha McDonald is right now. Sam, I know it's dark, but how's the school look behind you?
Well, Matt, it looks fine right now. APS officials say the smoke, though, it caused at least $180,000 to $200,000 worth of flame, smoke, and water damage here at the elementary school. The cafeteria, kitchen, and some classrooms were all damaged. Crews were at the school all weekend doing a massive repair to dry everything out. Fans and air purifiers blanketed the school, trying to get rid of the smoke smell. APS officials say while the kitchen won't be able to serve food for a few weeks, the rest of the building should be open.
We don't want any downtime for the classrooms. We will have it clean. The floors will be polished and bright and shiny. You won't even know that we had a fire here unless you're looking behind the screen.
Once again, students do have school here today, but for the next 3 weeks, they should expect sack lunches. Back to you.
All right, thank you for the update this morning, Samantha. Firefighters still have not said what caused this fire, but APS says it may have been an electrical problem. Liz?
A task force will investigate how child abuse cases like the one of 9-year-old Omari Varela slipped through the cracks. Retired APD Commander Cece Miranda and a city task force will review how APD handles child abuse cases. It will see if improving policies, procedures, and communication with CYFD, as well as the better use of technology, can all help prevent tragedy.
Maybe there's a training issue that exists. I don't know that yet, but I sure will find out.
The task force will be looking at why Omari Varela wasn't taken out of his home after the accidental 911 call was made last June. It was the third time in 6 months APD had investigated his mother for abuse. Omari died 6 months later. Officials say the 9-year-old was kicked to death by his mother, Cynthia Varela Casals. The secretary of the Children, Youth and Families Department is finally commenting on how the department handled Omari's case.
And she is defending her department. Listen.
I think that at any time when you're involved with a family and changes in circumstances throughout many years, there is likelihood to be inconsistencies in the way that different individuals deal with circumstances.
Yolanda Dinas here says there was no indication that Omari needed to be removed from his home when CYFD workers checked on the boy. She says CYFD is restricted by state laws and tries to keep families together. Civil rights group have called for Ms. Dinas to step down, but she says she has no plans on doing that.
But the bottom line is, until the governor says I'm not doing the job she wants me to do, I'm here and I'll fight the good fight and I'll keep working to keep kids safe.
Yolanda Dinas says CYFD is reviewing Omari's case. She also says the agency is always updating policies to improve how it handles cases of child abuse.
Tierra Blanca, New Mexico's ranch for troubled youth, is involved in another lawsuit. The grandparents of a former member of the youth ranch has filed a complaint in state district court. James and Cheryl Morgan are seeking damages for their grandson's treatment. They allege he was physically and emotionally abused and was forced to work and not get paid. The complaint also named CYFD for not taking corrective action. Last month, Tierra Blanca settled the lawsuit against the state, agreeing to give CYFD access to students and their files for the year.
Former Albuquerque Police Chief Ray Schultz steered millions of dollars to a business called Taser for stun guns and lapel cameras. Well, now Ray Schultz is a consultant for that very same company.
I've also been given the opportunity to go out and participate in some technology summits. So that's what I've been doing with Taser, is I've had a chance to go and talk about technology and how it's changing the face of law enforcement.
Last January, the city renewed a $1 million+ contract for weapons from Taser International. Then in March, Taser sent a letter to Ray Schultz. This letter with a quote for a test phase for new body cameras. In July, Taser and APD negotiated a 5-year, $1.9 million deal for the body cameras. 2 weeks later, the chief officially retired.
After I'd retired, they asked if I would be willing to come in and share some of our experiences, so I agreed to do that.
The mayor's office says it's looking at the possibility of a conflict of interest.
All right, the deadline to join the state's-run health insurance exchange may be extended. The Santa Fe New Mexican reports on Friday the state's insurance exchange board discussed whether the prolonged open enrollment period scheduled to close March 15th should be extended or not. The website has received overwhelming criticism for its constant glitches over the past months. Those without insurance have until April 1st to sign up under the Affordable Care Act. Those who miss the deadline could end up facing hefty tax penalties. All right, this next story affecting everybody, really. Yeah. Food labels will soon be looking a little different. You see, the FDA is making changes to reflect current dietary guidelines and encourage healthier eating habits.
All right, a big deal now that 1/3 of Americans are obese, and the FDA wants your thoughts on this before it makes a final decision. Food labels have not changed since 1990 when they first debuted. Now they will be required to include added sugars, vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. One nutritionist we talk with especially likes the idea that food labels could start including calories for an entire bag or bottle, not just one serving.
The goal is to see if people maybe not consume as much or not eat the entire package, or maybe make a better choice knowing that there's actually that many calories in that food item.
If and when the changes are approved, companies would have 2 years to go ahead and make them. For more information about these new labels or what they could be, head to our website, click on KRQE links.